Oh, there's several that are doing very fine work. The ones that come to mind right off are Bruce Barnbaum, John Sexton, Ray McSavany, Paul Capronegro. These photographers also teach workshops. Right here in the Four Corners area, several photographers come here every year and conduct workshops, and they would include Barnbaum, Sexton, McSavany, and a lot of others that I have forgotten. But these three individuals have made a big contribution with a large body of work pertaining primarily to the landscape. Paul Capronegro is another individual that is doing very fine work and has been around for quite a while. Gordon Hutchings is a photographer that I admire a lot. He's done a lot of research on film developers and has come up with an old formula, and he's modified it somewhat. Uses pyro, and a lot of photographers are using this developer now in their work, and the results are quite distinctive. With this pyro developer, it gives you an image that is very sharp, gives a good edge sharpness on all of the details within the scene, and it also gives a luminosity to the print. For example, light-colored subjects like clouds print just beautifully with great separation. I have used his developer and have been very, very pleased with the results that I get from it.
This is my development data for Xtol developer at a 1:3 dilution, 22 degrees centigrade. This column here represents the development. For example, normal, normal -1, normal -2, and down here you've got the plus developments. These are 4 films that I use. The ones that I use mostly are Delta 100 and HP5. All of these times haven't been worked out yet by testing. But the film that I'm developing right now is Delta 100, normal development, 6 minutes. This is the Kodak Xtol developer that I use. It's relatively new. I've been extremely pleased with the results that I get from it, and the fact that I can dilute it as low as 1:3. This developer is unique in that it uses citric acid, or essentially vitamin C, as part of the chemical compounds. I have to take this package and make a stock solution, and from the stock solution I make a working solution. This is Ilford Rapid Fixer, which I use for both film and paper. To use it, I just use 1 bottle to make 1 gallon. Well, when you photograph a subject, there's a range of illuminance that you're working with. And
with the use of your meter, you measure this scale and you place the values that are in the scene on this scale, and then you make your exposure accordingly, and then you carry that into the darkroom and you develop your film. It's tailored toward the scene that you have photographed. So the idea behind the whole thing is to get repeatability, consistency, and being able to visualize a scene and carry that through the whole photographic process to the final result, which is the print. And the print would be the same as that which you visualized at the time that it was photographed. Without this system, everything's kind of helter-skelter. You don't know where the values are going to fall. You don't know if you're going to have details in your shadows. You don't know if your highlights are going to be washed out or not. But if you follow this system very religiously, you will get consistently good negatives that are very printable. By not using this system, you get negatives that are difficult to print and sometimes impossible. So I use this system all the time, and frankly, I'd be lost without it. The rotary process just ensures constant agitation, constant temperature, and you use a small amount of chemistry. The chemistry sloshes around on your film or your paper, whatever process you're doing, and at 75 RPMs it ensures that it gets very even and smooth development.
So what about when Ansel Adams said about it's not the camera, it's the photographer that matters? It's the eye behind the camera.
Oh, that's very true. I remember reading a long time ago somebody making the statement that this was back in the days when they had Instamatics. They said the full capability of the Instamatic had never been realized. It's the eye of the photographer that's the big thing. You can give a good photographer mediocre equipment, and he's going to get good images just because of his eye and his way of doing things. Then you can take another individual that doesn't have any artistic talent and give him the finest equipment in the world, and he'll never get lasting images. When I left the commercial business, I returned to Colorado. My original home I call Grand Junction. But I've always been attracted to the Four Corners area because of the great geological splendor and diversity that we have in this area. Within a 100-mile radius of Dolores here, you've got a lot of peaks that go over 14,000 feet up in the San Juan Mountains. You have Indian ruins, plateaus, deserts, canyonlands, farming land. Everything's here. And then you throw in 4 seasons. You could spend a lifetime here within a 100-mile radius of Dolores and never run out of subject matter. Apparently I'm not wrong in my thinking because so many photographers come to this area to give workshops.